Question number 7, Julie Ann Genter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Transport. Does he stand by his statement that, quote, there will come a point of time where you can't just keep adding lanes to the motorway? And does he think that time has come for Auckland?
The Honourable Simon Bridges.
Mr. Speaker, yes and no.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Julie Ann Genter.
Given that 50 years of motorway building hasn't fixed congestion in Auckland, why is his government still proposing to spend another $6.5 billion adding more lanes to Auckland motorways in the next 10 years, rather than building the rapid transit network that Aucklanders would like?
The Honourable Simon Bridges.
I think the member will find it wasn't me. In fact, it was officials from across both central and local government and people with independent expertise who determined that indicatively these are the sort of projects that will really get Auckland moving.
Supplementary?
Supplementary question, Julie Ann Genter.
So, can he confirm if a detailed business case was completed for the $1.85 billion East-West Link motorway when he announced it would be fast-tracked in January last year?
The Honourable Simon Bridges.
Mr. Speaker, yes, well, that's a project that the government feels strongly needs to be done, and the reason for that is because that is a message we are getting consistently from across the spectrum in Auckland as a project that will really get Auckland moving, and in particular freight and industry moving in the biggest, busiest industrial area within New Zealand.
Point of order.
Point of order, Julie Ann Genter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question was pretty straight. It asked if he could confirm if a detailed business case was completed for this project.
No. It then went on to mention the fact the project was fast-tracked. They were the words the member used, so yeah, I could accept the member has addressed that, but I think when I consider the first part of your question, was there a detailed business case, the Minister hasn't addressed that. I'll allow the member to repeat the question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just to assist the order of the House, I think if you look at the Hansard, the Minister's first word was yes, so he did answer the question.
Order, and I don't need that sort of help from Mr. Prosser. So, supplementary question, Julie Ann Genter.
Supplementary.
Order.
Supplementary. Can the Minister confirm if a detailed business case was completed for the East-West Link motorway when he announced it would be fast-tracked?
The Honourable Simon
Mr.
Bridges.
Speaker, yes, I think as the member knows, because she's sent in about 50,000 OAAs in this issue, we have done very detailed investigations on this issue, gone through a range of options in great detail, and feel very confident we've come out with the best long-term project here.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Julie Ann Genter.
Well, given that a detailed business case hasn't been completed for the East-West Link, is the government now admitting that it's not using objective expertise to inform which projects are going to be prioritised in the next 10 years in Auckland?
The Honourable Simon Bridges.
Mr. Speaker, I think the member has missed the tenor of my last question. As I say, we've done very detailed, the Transport Agency, very detailed investigations in relation to the East-West project, and we feel very confident it's the right project, it's a project that Auckland wants, and I also make quite clear we have many other plans in place to keep Auckland moving.
Supplementary question, Julie Ann Genter.
Does the Minister understand that there's an opportunity cost to spending billions of dollars on additional motorway lanes? And if that money was used on high-capacity busways and railways first, it would actually help more Aucklanders get around not only on public transport, but on the roads that already exist.
The Honourable Simon Bridges.
I think the member's exactly right. That's why we've set up ATAP, so that in an evidence-based way we are going through and determining the projects that represent the best value for money to deal with congestion. That includes a wide range of projects in public transport, but also in arterial roads, motorways and the like, because they all combined represent the best value to deal with Auckland's transport issues.